When it comes to choosing a life partner, vision and ambition are not just desirable traits, they are essential. A man who has a clear vision for his life is someone who knows where he is going and is willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Vision is more than just setting goals. It is the ability to see beyond the present circumstances, to imagine the life he wants to create, and to understand the steps necessary to turn that vision into reality. It is the difference between someone who drifts aimlessly through life and someone who navigates with purpose, direction, and clarity. When a man has ambition, it means he is not content with mediocrity or with simply accepting whatever life hands him. He is constantly striving to improve, to grow, and to expand his capabilities. Ambition is a driving force, a spark that ignites action and perseverance. Without it, a relationship risks stagnation because if he is not moving forward in life, it becomes difficult for the partnership to grow and thrive together. A man with vision is able to plan, prioritize, and make decisions that are aligned with his long-term objectives. He understands the importance of discipline, consistency, and focus. He does not allow temporary setbacks or failures to deter him. Instead, he sees challenges as lessons and opportunities for growth. Such a man is committed to continuous learning, personal development, and expanding his knowledge and skills. He invests in himself because he knows that by becoming the best version of himself, he can create a better life for those around him, including the woman he chooses to marry. When a man possesses ambition, he is also likely to have a sense of responsibility and accountability. He understands that his actions have consequences and that he must actively work to shape the future he desires. He does not wait for life to happen to him. He takes initiative, creates opportunities, and seeks out solutions rather than excuses. This proactive mindset is invaluable in a marriage because it means he will approach challenges with determination rather than passivity or avoidance. Moreover, vision and ambition are contagious. When a man is driven and focused, he naturally inspires those around him to elevate themselves. A woman who marries a man with a clear purpose will find herself motivated to pursue her own goals and dreams. Together, they can create a partnership where both individuals support and challenge each other to reach higher levels of success and fulfillment. A man without vision may be charming or kind, but he is unlikely to provide the kind of stability and growth necessary for a thriving, lifelong partnership. Without a plan or ambition, he may drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping them, which can create frustration and disappointment in a relationship. Vision gives a man direction, while ambition gives him the energy and determination to move forward despite obstacles. A man with both qualities is able to see beyond temporary pleasures and distractions, focusing instead on what truly matters for long-term success, happiness, and fulfillment. This is not just about career or financial success. It is about living a meaningful life, setting goals in all areas: personal growth, relationships, health, spirituality, and working consistently toward achieving them. It is about having a standard for his life, a blueprint that guides his choices, and a willingness to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term gain. When a woman recognizes these qualities in a man, she sees someone who is capable of leading not just himself, but also contributing positively to a shared life together. His ambition is not selfish. It is driven by a desire to provide, protect, and create a life of abundance for the people he loves. He understands that his success is intertwined with the well-being of those closest to him. Such a man is not content with complacency. He seeks growth in every dimension of life and encourages his partner to do the same. He dreams, plans, and executes with purpose. He does not settle for mediocrity because he knows that life is meant for excellence and that marriage is a journey of two individuals moving forward together, building a legacy of love, achievement, and fulfillment. In essence, vision and ambition are the cornerstones of a man's character, reflecting his inner strength, discipline, and capacity for leadership. These qualities create a framework for a marriage that is not just about love, but also about growth, mutual support, and shared achievement. When a woman chooses a man with vision and ambition, she is choosing a partner who will strive for a life of purpose, not only for himself, but for their shared future, ensuring that the relationship is dynamic, forward-moving, and full of potential rather than stagnant, aimless, or reactive. Emotional maturity is one of the most crucial qualities a man must possess before stepping into a lifelong commitment, because without it, love alone cannot sustain a relationship. Emotional maturity is the ability to understand, manage, and express emotions in a healthy and constructive way. It is the capacity to navigate the highs and lows of life without losing composure or acting impulsively. A man who is emotionally mature does not let anger, frustration, or fear control his behavior. He can communicate his feelings clearly and honestly without resorting to manipulation, blame, or avoidance. This quality allows him to face difficult conversations with grace, to listen with empathy, and to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Emotional maturity is also reflected in how a man handles conflict. Every relationship will experience disagreements, misunderstandings, and challenges. What separates a mature man from an immature one is his approach to these moments. A mature man does not escalate conflicts unnecessarily, nor does he shut down or withdraw in fear. Instead, he seeks resolution, understanding, and compromise. He recognizes that conflict, when managed well, can strengthen a relationship rather than weaken it. A man with emotional maturity understands that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength. He is willing to show his authentic self, to admit when he is wrong, and to express his fears, dreams, and desires openly. This openness fosters trust and intimacy in a relationship because his partner knows that she is not dealing with facades, pretenses, or hidden agendas. Emotional maturity also involves self-awareness. A man who is aware of his own triggers, insecurities, and patterns is better equipped to manage them and to prevent them from negatively affecting his partner or the relationship. He takes responsibility for his own emotions rather than projecting them on a relationship. Takes time, effort, and consistency. Furthermore, emotional maturity is closely tied to empathy. A man who can put himself in his partner's shoes, who can listen and understand her feelings without judgment, and who can respond with care and compassion creates a safe emotional environment in the relationship. This sense of safety allows love to flourish because both partners feel valued, understood, and respected. An emotionally mature man also demonstrates consistency in his behavior and emotional responses. He does not swing wildly between extremes, nor does he make decisions based on fleeting moods. Instead, he approaches life with balance, stability, and perspective, which creates a strong foundation for a marriage that can withstand the inevitable trials and stresses of life. He understands that his words and actions carry weight, and that his partner's emotional well-being is intertwined with his own behavior. A man who lacks emotional maturity may be charming, intelligent, or even ambitious, but his inability to regulate emotions, communicate effectively, and take responsibility for his actions can undermine trust, create tension, and ultimately erode the bond of marriage. Conversely, a man with emotional maturity approaches life and love with intentionality, thoughtfulness, and integrity. He understands that marriage is not merely a romantic arrangement, but a partnership that requires ongoing effort, empathy, and understanding. This awareness influences every aspect of his behavior, from how he handles disagreements to how he celebrates successes, from how he manages stress to how he nurtures the emotional connection with his partner. When a woman chooses a man with emotional maturity, she is choosing stability, reliability, and depth. She is choosing someone who will honor her feelings, communicate openly, and contribute to a relationship that is rooted in trust, respect, and mutual growth. Emotional maturity is the quality that allows love to evolve into a lifelong bond, that transforms infatuation into enduring connection, and that ensures the marriage is not merely a partnership in name, but a true collaboration of hearts, minds, and souls, working together to face life's challenges, celebrate its joys, and build a shared future filled with understanding, compassion, and unwavering support. Integrity and honesty are the bedrock of any strong and lasting relationship, and choosing a man who embodies these qualities is crucial for a woman who desires a marriage built on trust, respect, and authenticity. Integrity is more than simply doing the right thing when others are watching. It is a consistent way of life, a reflection of character, and a commitment to living in alignment with values, principles, and truth. A man with integrity does not compromise his morals for convenience, popularity, or temporary gain. He understands that every choice, no matter how small, reflects who he is and shapes the trajectory of his life and relationships. When he promises something, he fulfills it. When he makes a commitment, he honors it. He does not manipulate situations to serve his selfish interests, nor does he deceive or mislead to gain advantage. Honesty complements integrity because it is the transparent expression of truth in thought, word, and action. A man who is honest communicates openly with his partner, shares his intentions and feelings sincerely, and refrains from hiding or distorting reality. This does not mean that he is harsh or unkind, but that he values truth above temporary comfort or avoidance. In a relationship, honesty prevents misunderstandings, builds trust, and creates a foundation where both partners feel secure and valued. When a woman chooses a man of integrity and honesty, she chooses a partner whose actions are predictable, reliable, and trustworthy. She can depend on him to make decisions that are consistent with his values, who will not waver under pressure, and who will take responsibility for his mistakes without shifting blame. Such a man does not play games, engage in deception, or compromise the emotional safety of the relationship. Integrity also reflects a man's respect for others. A man with integrity treats people with fairness, dignity, and decency, whether in private or in public. He understands that respect is earned through consistent, principled behavior, and that every interaction is an opportunity to demonstrate character. He does not use charm or manipulation to control situations, nor does he exploit trust for personal gain. Instead, he conducts himself with honor, humility, and accountability, recognizing that his actions affect not only himself but everyone around him, particularly the woman he chooses to marry. A man who lacks integrity may be charismatic, intelligent, or even successful, but without honesty and moral principles, the foundation of any relationship becomes unstable. Lies, secrets, and inconsistencies create doubt, erode trust, and undermine the emotional bond between partners. A woman who enters into marriage with such a man risks heartbreak, disappointment, and ongoing conflict because the relationship lacks a core of reliability and truth. Conversely, a man who embodies integrity and honesty brings clarity, stability, and strength to a relationship. He is capable of making difficult decisions with fairness, speaking difficult truths with care, and creating an environment in which both partners feel safe to express themselves fully. He understands that love is not merely an emotion but a choice, a series of decisions to act in alignment with values, to protect trust, and to nurture the partnership with consistency and care. Integrity also influences financial responsibility, emotional transparency, and long-term planning, because a man who is principled in one area of life is likely to uphold these values across all areas. He is not swayed by fleeting temptations or short-term gains, and he recognizes the importance of building a life based on honesty, reliability, and accountability. A woman who selects a man with these qualities is choosing a future where trust is not fragile but strong, where communication is open and truthful, and where love is reinforced by mutual respect and ethical consistency. Such a man understands that marriage is not simply a social contract or a romantic arrangement, but a sacred partnership that requires unwavering moral commitment. He is willing to invest the time, effort, and energy necessary to cultivate a relationship that thrives on truth, trust, and integrity. Integrity and honesty are not superficial traits. They are expressions of a man's inner strength, character, and maturity. They define how he responds under pressure, how he treats those who cannot benefit him, and how he navigates challenges without compromising his principles. Choosing a man who embodies these qualities ensures that the marriage is not only based on love and attraction, but also on a foundation that can withstand trials, temptations, and the complexities of life, creating a partnership that is authentic, resilient, and capable of enduring the test of time. Respect and support are fundamental pillars of a healthy, thriving, and lasting relationship, and they are qualities every woman must ensure her partner possesses before committing to marriage. Respect is not merely politeness or superficial courtesy. It is a deep acknowledgement of the value, dignity, and individuality of another person. A man who truly respects a woman sees her as an equal partner, recognizing her strengths, opinions, dreams, and boundaries. He does not belittle her, dismiss her ideas, or attempt to dominate the relationship, because he understands that a partnership cannot flourish where one voice is silenced or undervalued. Respect is demonstrated in daily actions, from how he listens when she speaks to how he handles disagreements, how he treats people outside the relationship, and how he honors commitments. A man who respects a woman supports her autonomy, encourages her growth, and celebrates her achievements without feeling threatened or insecure. He does not try to control her decisions or limit her potential, but instead fosters an environment where she can flourish. Support, closely linked with respect, is about being present, engaged, and reliable. It is the act of standing beside her through life's challenges, offering encouragement, guidance, and reassurance. A man who provides support understands that marriage is a partnership in which both individuals uplift and empower one another. He invests emotionally, mentally, and even practically, contributing to a relationship that is not one-sided but balanced, nurturing, and mutually reinforcing. True support goes beyond occasional words of affirmation or gestures of love. It involves consistency, patience, and a willingness to share burdens. A supportive man takes an active interest in his partner's goals and aspirations. He listens attentively when she talks about her dreams, offers constructive advice when needed, and celebrates her victories as if they were his own. He does not undermine her confidence with criticism or jealousy, nor does he expect her to sacrifice her identity or ambitions to fit his vision of the relationship. Instead, He sees her growth as integral to the strength and success of the partnership, understanding that two individuals who thrive together can create a far more powerful and fulfilling union than one who suppresses the other. Respect and support also extend to how a man manages disagreements and challenges. A man who embodies these qualities does not resort to insults, manipulation, or coercion to assert dominance. He addresses conflicts calmly and constructively, valuing resolution and understanding over winning arguments. He acknowledges her perspective, validates her feelings, and seeks compromises that honor both partners' needs. In doing so, he cultivates a sense of safety, trust, and intimacy, creating a relationship where both individuals feel valued, heard, and understood. Moreover, a man who respects and supports his partner is emotionally intelligent. He is aware of how his words and actions impact her, and he is deliberate in fostering a positive and uplifting environment. He avoids behaviors that cause harm, whether intentional or unintentional, and he consistently demonstrates care, consideration, and thoughtfulness. Such a man recognizes that love alone is not enough. A strong, lasting marriage requires active investment in the emotional and personal well-being of both partners. A lack of respect or support in a relationship can be subtle yet destructive. Dismissiveness, lack of encouragement, constant criticism, or indifference erodes trust, diminishes self-esteem, and creates resentment. Over time, these patterns can transform love into frustration and disconnection. Conversely, when a man consistently demonstrates respect and support, he establishes a foundation of stability, trust, and mutual empowerment. This foundation allows both partners to navigate life's complexities with confidence, resilience, and shared purpose. Respect and support are also about long-term vision. A man who values these qualities is thinking not only about the present moment, but about the future of the relationship. He understands that a marriage built on mutual respect and unwavering support will weather the storms of life, grow stronger over time, and provide a nurturing environment for both partners and any family they may build together. Choosing a man with respect and support means choosing a partner who will honor your individuality, champion your dreams, and stand beside you as a true teammate, committed to building a life together that is balanced, fulfilling, and full of shared success. Financial responsibility is one of the most critical yet often overlooked qualities a man must have before entering marriage, because money is not just a resource, it reflects discipline, foresight, and character. A man who manages his finances wisely demonstrates that he can plan for the future, make thoughtful decisions, and handle the inevitable challenges that life presents. Financial responsibility is not about wealth alone. It is about how a man prioritizes, budgets, and utilizes his resources in a way that aligns with his values and long-term goals. A man who is financially responsible understands that every decision carries consequences, and he approaches spending, saving, and investing with intentionality. He does not live beyond his means, succumb to impulse purchases, or rely on luck to solve his problems. Instead, he takes ownership of his financial situation, understanding that stability and security are built through discipline, planning, and consistent action. In a marriage, financial responsibility is crucial because money issues are one of the leading causes of conflict between couples. A man who is careless, impulsive, or indifferent about money may create unnecessary stress, tension, and uncertainty in the relationship. Conversely, a man who is responsible with finances demonstrates reliability and foresight, assuring his partner that he can handle both the challenges and opportunities that life may bring. Financial responsibility also reflects a man's ability to prioritize and make sacrifices. He knows that instant gratification can be tempting, but he is willing to delay temporary pleasures in order to secure long-term stability. He invests in education, health, and personal development, understanding that these investments yield returns that far exceed short-term indulgences. He saves for emergencies, plans for retirement, and considers the financial well-being of his family, demonstrating that his care extends beyond himself to those he loves. A financially responsible man is also strategic and intentional. He sets goals, creates budgets, monitors progress, and adjusts his plans when necessary. He does not rely on luck or hope to achieve financial security. He relies on knowledge, discipline, and action. This mindset carries over into marriage, where his ability to plan, organize, and manage resources contributes to a partnership that is stable, forward-looking, and capable of navigating life's uncertainties. Moreover, financial responsibility often correlates with other key qualities such as integrity, self-discipline, and foresight. A man who handles money wisely is likely to approach other areas of life with the same thoughtfulness, careful planning, and accountability. He does not shirk responsibility, hide debts, or make promises he cannot keep because he understands the importance of transparency and reliability in all aspects of life. Financial responsibility also impacts a couple's ability to achieve shared dreams. A man who can budget, save, and invest wisely is better equipped to support the goals and aspirations of both partners, whether that involves buying a home, starting a family, traveling, or building a legacy. He recognizes that financial planning is not just about security, it is about creating opportunities and expanding possibilities for the future. Importantly, financial responsibility also reflects a man's emotional maturity. A man who manages money wisely understands that wealth alone does not define success or happiness. He approaches finances with rationality, self-control, and strategic thinking rather than allowing fear, greed, or impulse to dictate his decisions. This level of maturity ensures that he will be a partner who can handle both abundance and scarcity with grace and composure, providing stability in every circumstance. Choosing a man with financial responsibility is not about expecting perfection or judging based on income. It is about ensuring that the person you marry has the discipline, foresight, and character to create a secure, stable, and prosperous life together. It is about selecting someone who can think ahead, make wise choices, and contribute to a partnership where both individuals can thrive. Financial responsibility signals that a man is capable of leadership, accountability, and planning, not just for himself, but for his partner and family. It demonstrates that he can balance short-term needs with long-term goals, that he values stability over impulsivity, and that he understands the importance of creating a solid foundation for the life he wants to build. In essence, financial responsibility is not merely a practical skill, it is a reflection of character, discipline, and vision, all of which are indispensable in a partner for a successful, harmonious, and enduring marriage. Spiritual alignment and a sense of purpose are often underestimated qualities in a life partner, yet they are among the most critical factors for a harmonious, fulfilling, and enduring marriage. A man with spiritual alignment is someone who has a strong connection to his values, his beliefs, and a higher purpose beyond himself. He is guided by principles that provide clarity in decision-making, direction in life, and a moral compass that informs his actions. This is not necessarily tied to religion alone. It encompasses ethics, integrity, and a vision of life that transcends mere personal gain or momentary satisfaction. When a man possesses spiritual alignment, he understands the deeper meaning of life, relationships, and his role within them. He approaches marriage not as a transaction or convenience, but as a sacred partnership in which both individuals grow, support one another, and contribute positively to each other's lives and to the world around them. Purpose drives his decisions, motivates his actions, and gives him resilience in the face of challenges. A man with purpose does not drift aimlessly or succumb to passivity. He knows why he is here, what he seeks to achieve, and how he can contribute meaningfully to life. This sense of direction creates stability and confidence within a relationship because it ensures that his actions are deliberate, his commitments are intentional, and his goals are aligned with long-term values rather than fleeting desires. Spiritual alignment also fosters emotional maturity and ethical behavior. A man who understands his higher purpose recognizes the importance of integrity, honesty, and respect in all interactions. He is consistent in his words and actions because he is guided by principles that are non-negotiable, providing a predictable and trustworthy presence in a marriage. He approaches conflict with wisdom, patience, and perspective, understanding that challenges are opportunities for growth rather than threats to dominance or control. Purpose and spirituality also influence how a man treats his partner. He sees the marriage as more than a union of convenience or passion. He views it as a platform for mutual growth, a partnership where both individuals are encouraged to pursue their highest potential. He supports her spiritual, emotional, and personal development, recognizing that a relationship built on shared purpose and values is far stronger than one built solely on attraction or affection. A man with purpose is forward-thinking. He plans not just for immediate comfort, but for the long-term well-being of himself, his partner, and any family they may create together. His vision encompasses career, finances, emotional health, and legacy, ensuring that decisions are made with consideration for the impact on all aspects of life. He does not make impulsive choices or chase temporary pleasures at the expense of lasting fulfillment. Instead, he aligns his daily actions with a larger vision, creating a sense of stability and direction that a partner can rely upon. Spiritual alignment also equips a man with resilience in adversity. Life is filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments of trial. A man guided by purpose and principle has an internal strength that allows him to navigate difficulties with composure, optimism, and strategic thinking. He does not succumb to despair, blame, or short-sighted reactions. He approaches obstacles as opportunities to grow, learn, and strengthen the bond with his partner. Furthermore, spiritual alignment nurtures a sense of connection beyond the material and temporal. It instills humility, gratitude, and perspective, reminding him that life is bigger than personal gain or ego. He values kindness, empathy, and service, recognizing that his actions affect not only his immediate relationship, but the broader community and world around him. This awareness cultivates a partner who is nurturing, compassionate, and capable of creating a loving and balanced family environment. When a woman chooses a man with spiritual alignment and purpose, she selects someone whose life is intentional, values-driven, and meaningful. She is choosing a partner who will not only support her dreams and ambitions, but also inspire her to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. He brings vision, discipline, and depth into the marriage, ensuring that the relationship is guided by more than transient desires, emotions, or circumstances. A man with spiritual alignment understands that marriage is not just about coexisting, but about building a life of significance together, contributing positively to each other, to society, and to the legacy they will leave behind. Purpose and spiritual alignment are qualities that shape the man's priorities, his integrity, his resilience, and his capacity to love unconditionally, making him a partner capable of sustaining a marriage that is not only strong and committed, but meaningful, transformative, and enduring.